confess your love, at least just let me say
No.
that when I talk to you, won't you bet walks right through and shoots right arrow through my heart. And I sound like a loon, but don't you feel it to confess I loved you from the start. What's a girl to do? Lying on my bed staring into the blue. Unrequited, terrifying. Love is driving me a bit insane. Have to get this off my chest. I'm telling you today that when I talk to you, won't you bet walks right through and shoots right arrow through my heart. And I sound like a loon, but don't you feel it to confess I love you from the start. Confess I love you, just thinking of you from the start. Don't you notice how I get quiet when there's no one else around? Me and you and awkward silence. Don't you dare look at me that way. I don't need reminders of how you don't feel the same. Oh, the burning hand, listening to you harp on about some new soulmate. She's so perfect, blah, blah, blah. Oh, how I wish you'd wake up one day. Run to me, confess your love, at least just let me say that when I talk to you, won't you bet walks right through and shoots right arrow through my heart. And I sound like a loon, but don't you feel it to confess I loved you from the start. What's a girl to do? Lying on my bed staring into the blue. Unrequited, terrifying. Love is driving me a bit insane. Have to get this off my chest. I'm telling you today that when I talk to you, won't you bet walks right through and shoots right arrow through my heart. And I sound like a loon, but don't you feel it to confess I love you from the start. Confess I loved you, just thinking of you. You know I've loved you from the start. Don't you notice how I get quiet when there's no one else around? Me and you and awkward silence. Don't you dare look at me that way. I don't need reminders of how you don't feel the same. Oh, the burning hand, listening to you harp on about some new soulmate. She's so perfect, blah, blah, blah. Oh, how I wish you'd wake up one day. Run to me, confess your love, at least just let me say What's a girl to do? Lying on my bed staring into the blue. Unrequited, terrifying. Love is driving me a bit insane. Have to get this off my chest. I'm telling you today that when I talk to you, won't you better try through and shoot right out through my heart. And I sound like a loon, but don't you feel it to confess I loved you from the start. Confess I loved you, just thinking of you. You know I've loved you from the start. Don't you notice how I get quiet when there's no one else around? Me and you and awkward silence. Don't you dare look at me that way. I don't need reminders of how you don't feel the same. Oh, the burning pain. Listening to you harp on about some new soulmate. She's so perfect, blah, blah, blah. Oh, how I wish you'd wake up one day. Run to me, confess your love. At least just let me say that when I talk to you, won't you bet walks right through and shoots right out through my heart. And I sound like a loon, but don't you feel it to confess I loved you from the start. What's a girl to do? Lying on my bed staring into the blue. Unrequited, terrifying. Love is driving me a bit insane. Have to get this off my chest. I'm telling you today that when I talk to you, won't you better try through and shoot right out through my heart. And I sound like a loon, but don't you feel it to confess I loved you from the start. Confess I loved you, just thinking of you. You know I've
How we doing,
loved
chat?
you.
How we doing, guys? We doing good, orphans? 20 seconds till we switch over and we go live. I hope everyone's ready for a rough night.
Don't you
I know I'm not.
I get
Oh
quiet when
boy,
there's no
oh boy,
one
oh
else
boy.
around. Me and you
Oh
and
boy,
awkward
oh
silence.
boy, oh
Don't
boy, chat. Oh, guys. It seems my face cam is off. Hold on, let me fix that real quick for all you lovely people at home. Deactivate, activate. Okay, as soon as it's unplugged, give me just a second, chat. Oh boy. There we go. Whoa, I got my glasses. Oh, everyone doing? How's everyone doing? We're gonna turn the music down just a little bit more. Doesn't need to be that loud. All right. Am I in frame? I'm in frame. Yeah, we're in frame. How we doing, everyone? How we doing, orphans? How we doing? We having a good day? We having a good night? I doubt it. We are with all of this goddamn shit. So, I'm a little behind. my weekend. I was a little caught up in Baldur's Gate. So I quite didn't know that on Friday, woo, we got 3 new data sets. Dataset 9, dataset 10, 11, well, no, 4. We got 4 new data sets. Dataset 9, 10, 11, and 12. We have 4 new data sets. We have not honestly covered dataset 1 through 7, or 1 through 8 too much. We covered a little bit of 1 through 4 on our South Park React video that we did on the stream. We got a couple videos on that if you want to check those out. We got some South Park reaction politics commentary. You can check those out on the channel. But today we're going to be looking at the 4 latest data sets that just got dropped. I'm also going to be informing anyone who wants to be able to look at these files themselves, because there's a lot of people who are constantly like, I need to see it for myself. I don't trust. You could be lying to me. I want to see it for myself. I need to see it for myself. Well, you not only can you see it for yourself on my live stream, but if you would like to find it right up here, www.justice.gov/Epstein/DOJ-disclosures. If you head on to www. In fact, I'm even going to real quick. We'll go ahead to copy this. We'll come here to the stream, and in the stream description chat, in the stream description, we're going to go ahead and put it in the description. It's going to be at the top of the description, so if you want to look along yourself, if you want to check yourself, you will be able to. Files found here. And I'll put them in a box. Paste. And save. So, if you want to find them, if you want to look at the files yourself, want to follow along while we look at the files today, just check the stream description. It should be there. You might need to give your page a refresh before you're able to find it, but hop on down to the stream description, and right at the very top, you should see files found here, and it leads you to the DOJ website. And this is where you will also be able to view the files yourself. I'm also going to be going through how you can, find them while going through. Files found here. Paste. Sorry, I got 2 streams, so I've got to do it twice. Save. And then set my stuff back to how it needs to be. Sorry about this, chat. We got the funky music going in the background to help keep you guys entertained, because today's going to be a lot less in your face stream. I'm going to be rather somber for most of the stream. I don't think pretty much any of this is to be made light of or to be joked about. Realistically speaking, the shit's pretty fucking dark. We're going to be talking about some pretty fucked up shit. So the only thing fresh, funky, and refreshing that you're going to get today is going to be the background music. So enjoy it, because everything else about this stream is going to be rather sad, fucked up, depressing. It's all around bad news bears. So without further ado, let's discuss some important things. So, as I said, if you'd like to go through the DOJ files yourself, if you'd like to be able to go through the Epstein files, the Epstein Files Epstein Files Transparency Act, HR 4405. If you'd like to look at all 12 of the data sets yourself, you can. Of course, we've got the beginning first 8 that were already published as of Friday. Data sets 9 through 12 were published over the weekend. Some extra things were redacted. Apparently, some things that weren't supposed to get out got out. We could probably look up what has specifically been taken back of the what has been redacted specifically. As for reliable information on what's been redacted, obviously it's gonna be pretty hard to know for sure what's true, what's not, as we can't view it on the DOJ website any longer itself. However, I'm sure that maybe the Wayback Machine, something will allow us to know for sure what was taken back, what was redacted. I'm sure the second they were posted on Friday, they were fully downloaded by everyone who really is good at finding and sleuthing through the most serious information on these things. And I'm sure they're going to compare the redacted versions that were taken away on Saturday and Sunday, republished Monday, compared to the Friday upload of dataset 9, 10, 11, and 12. Okay, so this is pretty important. Let's start off with a privacy notice. In view of the congressional deadline, all reasonable efforts have been made to review and redact personal information pertaining to the victims. This is a load of garbage, not in the fact that they are not redacting victims, the fact that they are actively redacting people, names, co-conspirators of Jeffrey Epstein, actively redacting information that legally they shouldn't be. In all accounts, heavily illegally, they should not be redacting this information. Yet, however, they are. So, very interesting to see that they're redacting things that they're not supposed to be redacting. As to why they could be doing such things, oh my gosh, who could potentially know why the DOJ would want to redact information when it's directly led by someone who had some pretty nasty things revealed about them in these data sets. Now, we're probably gonna have to look up specific file names to be able to see the specific things what we really want to find out about, like what was recently reported about Sir Trump, our mighty king, God of America, Lord of all, slayer of those who seek peace. King Trump had some pretty crazy things about him released on these data sets. So we're definitely going to be looking specifically to find that information, of course, because, you know, those tasty little pieces of morsel information are going to be pretty fucking big, to show off to you guys. I'm not sure if I'm going to actually be able to read out everything, fully myself, because some of the things are pretty fucking graphic. I can show them on stream. Most Critical, I know, showed a lot of this data sets that were pretty graphic and showed the just full uncensored what it said. He could not repeat some of the things himself. Moist Critical, love you, Tampa, bro. And fucking, I'm a little bit above you in Hernando County, home dog. We stick out for each other. But our boy Moist Critical did get to show them, so I figure it shouldn't be that big of a deal to show them as well. It shouldn't be a problem. Or older, yes I am. So starting out with dataset 9 seems to really be 2 pages, 3 pages, 4 pages. Oh boy, howdy, they released a lot now, didn't they? Yeah, I think it was like 40.5 million files. So we're just going to start at the top and go from here and see what we can find, honestly. What little tidbits stick out. We might jump around, we might skip around, because we're probably going to have to look for specific files to find, the important stuff. But let's just click the first one. Investigation Review, Federal Bureau of Prison Custody Care, Supervision of Jeffrey Epstein at the Metropolitan Correctional Center, New York, New York. New York, chat. Okay. Introduction, background. Who we got here? According to the website, Federal Bureau of Prisons' current mission statement is correction professionals who foster a humane and secure incident involving Epstein on July 29th. When MCC New York, Epstein was screened on numerous occasions by psychological staff, including formal suicide assessment on July 9th. In the evaluations, he denied having thoughts of history of attempted suicide. Psychological staff determined Epstein did not meet the criteria for a psychological diagnosis. Okay, so by psychological diagnosis, Stacks, he was not suicidal. Now, this doesn't really mean much. Let's be real here, chat. How often do people get evaluated and the signs just completely go overlooked? People are pretty good. People can be pretty good actors. So who we don't know. Maybe he was suicidal. This isn't definitive. However, I mean, the other information we found, missing video recordings. So don't allow this to necessarily sway you. There's plenty of other evidence. But this just adds on to the fact that he did not meet the criteria for psychological diagnosis. He by no means, at least for the officers, the psychological staff who evaluated him, he was not suicidal, yet his death was labeled a suicide. Very interesting. On July 23rd, 127A, a correctional officer responded to Epstein's SHU cell where they were found Epstein with an orange cloth around his neck. Epstein's cellmate told officers Epstein tried to hang himself. Medical staff examined Epstein, observed friction marks and a superficial reddening around his neck and on his knee. Placed him on suicide watch. So he was placed onto suicide watch after an attempt on his own life. Did this actually happen? It's been reported. Who knows? Right? BOP policy requires that inmates identified as suicide risk be placed on suicide watch until no longer an imminent threat. The BOP uses a less restrictive monitoring form, psychological observation, for inmates who are using stabilized but not ready to return to a housing unit. Epstein was removed from suicide watch on July 24th, 4 days before my birthday. Very fun. But remained under psychological observation until July 30th, 2 days after Orphan's birthday. Fun. Epstein told MCC New York staff he thought his cellmate had tried to kill him, but later said he did not know what occurred and did not want to talk about how he sustained the injuries. Oh? Very interesting. Epstein also later asked if he could be housed with the same cellmate. Another inmate housed on the same institute here told the OIG that he heard Epstein's cellmate call for assistance, and that Epstein's cellmate told him that Epstein tried to hang himself from the bunk bed ladder. Disciplinary charges against Epstein for alleged self-mutilation were not sustained due to insufficient evidence. So he claimed Epstein first told the New York staff he thought his cellmate had tried to kill him. Is it because... See, there's two routes my mind goes through, right? He's being honest. He's dead fucking for real. And the cellmate did try to kill him. And then later, he was thinking to himself, shit, maybe I do just need to die. Maybe I don't want to die, but I need to just die. So he then later changed his opinion and then even said he should be with the same cellmate. He could be housed with the same cellmate who he claimed had tried to kill him. Or he didn't want to be put on suicide watch because he did want to kill himself. And if he said that the cellmate tried to kill him instead of suicide, then he could potentially get back to potentially killing himself easier. Very strange. It's not impossible to think that Epstein might have killed himself, right? Because, like, yeah, dude was caught. Fucking he was fucked. There was no chance of escape for him. So, I don't know. Following the 23rd incident, the psychological department determined Epstein needed to be housed with an appropriate cellmate. On July 30th, it was sent to email to over 70 MCC New York employees, informing them of this requirement. Warden at the time told the OIG he selected a new cellmate for Epstein. Consultation with the BOP executive leadership. The inmate remained Epstein's cellmate until August 9th. So he got a new cellmate. So the cellmate did change. Okay. Events of August 8th to 10th, 2019, and Epstein's death. On August 8th, the U.S. Marshals Service sent 2 emails notifying numerous MCC New York staff that Epstein's cellmate was being transferred to another facility on August 9th. However, no action was taken to ensure Epstein was assigned another cellmate. Also on August 8th, Epstein met with his attorneys at the prison. He had, on prior occasions, and signed a new last will and testament. Interesting. MCC New York officials did not learn about the new will until after Epstein's death. Very strange. He changed his will? Prior occasions. So it means he did it multiple times? Or is it saying he did it once, but he met his attorney prior multiple occasions? Because that would make sense. Following day, August 9th, Epstein's cellmate was transferred to another facility and he was not assigned a new cellmate. Additionally, on that date, the U.S. Courts of Appeals for the Second Circuit unsealed approximately 2,000 pages of documents in civil litigation involving Ghislaine Maxwell, his co-conspirator, who is currently sitting in a very comfortable prison by herself watching TV. Pimp chimpin'. She probably could watch the live stream right now if she wanted to. You could potentially be watching Ghislaine Maxwell. Fuck you, you garbage piece of shit monster. Later convicted December 2024. December 2021. Experiencing with Epstein, who sexually abused minors over the course of a decade. Documents contain substantial derogatory information about Epstein and their extensive media coverage of information in the unsealed documents. Also on August 9th, after meeting the prison with his lawyers, MCC New York staff allowed Epstein to make, in violation of BOP policy, an unrecorded, unmonitored telephone call before he returned to his SHU cell. Epstein was said he was calling his mother. In actuality, he called someone with whom he allegedly had a personal relationship. At approximately 8 p.m. on August 9th, SHU inmates were locked in their cells for the night, including Epstein, who was without a cellmate. Very interesting choice. They did not give him a cellmate after... Very strange. Very strange. A search for Epstein's cell following his death revealed Epstein had excess prison blankets, linens, and clothing in his cell, as some of it had been ripped to create nooses. Only one SHU cell searched was documented on August 9th. It was not of Epstein's cell. Why? Why were they not searching Epstein's cell? That's very strange. BOP records did not indicate when Epstein's cell was last searched. What? BOP records does not indicate when his cell was last searched. Are you fucking serious? Okay. The OIG also found that SHU staff had not conducted any 30-minute rounds after 10:40. Wow. August 9th. That none of the required SHU inmate counts were conducted after 4 p.m. on August 9th. Count slips and round sheets were falsified to show that they had been performed. Whoa! Okay. This is big. This is big. Holy shit. The prison count was falsified to pretend it had been performed. Okay, I did not know that. I guess, I mean, this is new information, I guess, so I guess no one knew that till Friday. On August 10th, approximately 6:30 a.m., two SHU staff on duty, CO Tova Knoll and material handler Mitchell Thompson began delivering breakfast to SHU inmates. The wall unlocked the door to Epstein's SHU tier when Thomas attempted to deliver breakfast to Epstein through the food slot. Epstein did not respond. Thomas unlocked the cell door, saw Epstein hanging. Thomas immediately yelled for Newell to get help and call for a medical emergency. Thomas told OG that when he entered Epstein's cell, Epstein had an orange string, presumably from a sheet or shirt, around his neck and was tied to the top portion of the bunk bed. Epstein was suspended from the top bunk in a near-seated position with his buttocks approximately 1 inch to 1.5 inches off the floor. Thomas said he immediately ripped the orange string from the bunk bed. This is the weirdest way for someone to hang themselves. Epstein's buttocks dropped to the ground. Thomas then lowered Epstein's body to the floor and began chest compressions until responding MCC New York staff arrived. Approximately 1 minute later, shortly thereafter, outside medical personnel arrived, took over, eventually removing Epstein to a local hospital where he was pronounced dead. Weird that he wasn't pronounced dead on the scene. Anyone else strange by that? Cosmic the Spaceman, what is bro streaming? Bro is streaming the Epstein files. Also, hi, our friend. Hey, Cosmic the Spaceman, thank you for stopping by. We are streaming the Epstein DOJ files 9 through 12. They're acts, not files, 9 through 12, but we're covering some of the really fucked up Epstein shit that's been that was just released recently. So some very curious things about his death. The checks were falsified. Count slips and round sheets were falsified that should they have been performed. So they didn't actually do prisoner count for the night. They didn't do their rounds. The OG also found that the SHU staff did not conduct 30-minute rounds after 10:40 p.m. on the night of his reported suicide. A lot of this is really strange. A lot of this is really weird. August 11th, the cause of death was hanging and the matter of death was suicide. The toxicology test did not reveal any medications or illegal substances. Okay, that would make sense. Performed the autopsy told the OIG that Epstein's injuries were consistent with suicide by hanging. There was no evidence of defensive wounds that would be expected if his death had been homicide. Okay. The injured knee is strange, but whatever. So he did not have marks on his hands, broken fingernails, had been evidence of fist, fight, or other abrasions to his arm, likely due to convulsing from hanging on his body. Okay. Limited available video evidence. Yep, recorded video evidence of August 9th and 10th at SSU Epstein's house was only available for one prison security camera due to a malfunction of the MCC's New York digital video recorder system that occurred on July 29th, 2019. Bullshit. Sorry, bullshit's real. That's not in parentheses. While prison's cameras continue to provide the live video feeds, recordings were made for only half the cameras. Interesting. FCC New York personnel discovered the failure on August 8th, 2019. It was not repaired until after Epstein's death. Fucking strange. Wonderful. Very weird. As detailed in the report, like many other BOP facilities, MCC New York had history of security camera problems. I wonder why. There we go. Had to spit chat. Result of the OIG's investigation reviewed identified numerous and serious failures in MCC or staff, including OG found that New York has failed to carry out the psychological department's directive that Epstein be assigned as a cellmate. See, New York supervisor allowed Epstein to make an unmonitored call. Yeah, a whole bunch of shit that was just wrong. Whole bunch of stuff that was just very fucking wonky and weird. Can't skip this one. Sorry, chat. Okay. So this is pretty much all just about his death. Very strange, very strange. Okay, cool. Following that, listed exhibits, Chapter 2, Federal Bureau of Prisons, Psychological Reconstruction Data, September 7th, regarding entries. Indictment filed. So this is just like a list of things, how they happened in their order. Status, detention status, monitoring, inmate telephone calls, regulation. Yeah, okay. Nothing too important here. Standards of employee conduct, approved by Charles E. Samuels Jr., Director of Federal Bureau of Prisons. In scope, provide policies and procedures, standards of conduct. So this is the standards of conduct, okay. So this is how they're supposed to act. This is all stuff that, this is to prove that they violated, like, what conduct they were supposed to have compared to what they actually got, like, allowed. The failure to do rounds, special housing as well, like specific rules that were supposed to be followed for housing him, none of which is too important for us to check out. Searches for housing units, yeah, the fact that they didn't search him, very fucking strange. Oh, wow, chat. Black blob, black blob, black blob, black blob, redacted, 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 redacted. Oh, this is redacted. So this must be about victims, allegedly. It's supposed to be, but that's a lot redacted to be about victims, chat. Inmate discipline program. And it's immediately followed by the inmate discipline program. Like, why is that redacted? What's prohibited acts? Suicide attempt. Course. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. Program statement. Boxable federal regulation. Purpose and scope. Bureau. Extended television privileges to inmates part of its overall correctional management. Is maintained, some changes. Okay, this is talking about the phone call policy because he was not supposed to be allowed to make an unmonitored phone call. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10. Director's referenced. So this is all about more stuff that was supposed to be followed in coordination with having him. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna go ahead and jump down considerably because it seems. Okay, here we go. Subject, Maxwell Discovery Productions and Laptops. Date, 2020, November 18th. Attachments. Okay. Hi, no, so someone's name who starts with H. Only supposed to redact victims, let's also state. So, accordingly, this is a victim. This morning, I dropped off the laptop with a power cord and cover memo for Maxwell to use when reviewing her discovery. Attached, please find a copy of the cover memo. I also dropped off a hard drive and CD containing a new discovery production for Maxwell. Attached, please find the 2 cover letters. Last week, we sent out via FedEx a hard drive containing a separate production, which includes replacements of numerous files Maxwell had been unable to review from prior productions. The accompanying cover letters are attached. Would you please confirm that the drives have been provided to Maxwell? This sounds like CP. Hard drive containing a new discovery production. Discovery production. The word production's really hitting me here. Separate production. Placement, numerous files that she was unable to review from prior productions. This sounds like video files, maybe pictures she was supposed to be able to view to make sure they were proper for production. She didn't get the ability to. Southern District of New York, Assistant United States Attorney. Whoa. I could be wrong on that. There's nothing definitive there. By hand and email. For United States versus Ghislaine Maxwell. Ghislaine Maxwell. Password for the drive containing discovery materials permanent to Ghislaine Maxwell. And the password for the CD containing discovery materials. Yeah, very yours. Audrey Stratus, acting United States. Audrey, who is this? Who is this? Audrey Strauss, American attorney who served United States Attorney in Southern District of New York. Okay. White collar defense. Returned to the law firm who fired Frank Cyrus Vance Jr. Like JD Vance? Doing a job? I don't know. That's speculation. Audrey Strauss fired Frank Cormer, U.S. Attorney. Okay. She took some guy named Frank's position. Very interesting. Born 1922. Jesus Christ, the bitch is old. Okay. Interesting. It's all speculation there. Suppose it's discovered permits of following inmate. Please allow her to access the materials and quotes. More Audrey Strauss. Okay. Continuing. Start off the top of this page. Child in detention center. Password the drive containing discovery materials. Ghislaine Maxwell. Blank is blank. Okay. More password information. Looking forward to your virtual congratulatory meeting. Message from Audrey. From Strauss Audrey. Subject. Message from Audrey. Looking forward to your virtual congratulatory meeting. Meanwhile, I'm sure you have plenty to do preparing for the most popular bail hearing ever held. You drafted a fine memo. I'm sure you will be great. Audrey Strauss. Audrey Strauss. Talking to Ghislaine Maxwell, telling her you drafted a fine memo, you will do great. How sick. How sick in the fucking head. How sick in the fucking skull. Oh my god, you fucking gross, vile, gross person. Audrey Strauss. Controversy. This is usually not information. Trump is what got her boss fired. What? Wow, I can't. Okay, I literally can't view that because it's New York Times. Wow. Audrey Strauss says bribery, tax evasion imposes hidden unfair costs on law-abiding citizens. You fucking rat. Shut the fuck up. Served as staff for independent counsel investigations on Iran-Contra scandal during the Reagan administration. Yeah, overall, this bitch is shady as fuck. Hi, Audrey. Thanks so much for your strong support on the Maxwell Epstein cases. This work has been incredibly meaningful to me. I'm so thankful to be a part of the work of the office is doing seeking justice in this case. Seeking justice in this case. Seeking justice in this case. Are you serious? You're protecting a pedophile. An abuser. And the entire team is very grateful for everything the office has done to support us from the very beginning. All the best. Redacted. A victim. So this is supposed to be a victim. Redacted. Very interesting. Very interesting. Very interesting. Wow, Audrey Strauss. Scum. Very helpful. Thanks. Much appreciated. Keep me posted. Original message. Blank, blank, blank. Subject to Epstein update. Maxwell's boyfriend, Scott Borgenson, lives in Manchester by the Sea, MA. We spoke with the PD and they were in contact with him earlier in August. Maxwell was with him, but left after all the media scrutiny. The PD has a good relationship with him. We are tracking a cell phone we believe belongs to Maxwell. We just subpoenaed for subscriber info. I will keep you posted. Crimes against cool. Good to see. Oh, we just read this one. Dumbass. Or 4. Thanks. Last question. Could you please let me know the provider for blank blank phone records? They are only providers listed. Blank. Thanks to your historical providers checking blank his providers. T-Mobile, AT&T, Verizon, AT&T. Epstein's New York office. Redacted. Human trafficking, VCA, human trafficking unit. Okay, cool. Phone records. Could you please let us know service providers for the following numbers during the relevant period? Okay, assistant New York attorney. Yeah, okay, whatever. Talking about his phone records, getting his providers so they can subpoena his shit. I saw you reach out at your desk, but missed you. Blank is available at meeting 4:30 at your office to work for you. Also, she plans to meet in phone calls we discussed today and tomorrow on her own. She will contact me once she's contacted the two individuals she's reaching out to. Happy to discuss anything. Thanks, Alex. Hi, Alex. So who's Alex? Alex Conloon. Let's look this guy up. Search. A woman. No. Guessing it's trial attorney. Guessing it's this woman. Not the actor, but the attorney. Okay. Just tried calling, but missed you when we public. I wish last week. Certainly don't have any objection to someone from your firm or their attorney staff taking notes in connection with blank conversations until the individuals we discussed office separately. Is it possible? Could you please ask blank if there's a time next week or the following that we could meet with her? Hoping to cover all information we need to set a discussion before June, when I think it'll be more inconvenient for her to meet. So the next meeting, including gigolo subjects and some review on Epstein's conduct with blank in particular. But I also expect to get once we get through those issues, we won't need to meet with her again for at least a little while. We can generally make ourselves available whenever it works on her end. So I believe this is a victim. This is a real victim, and it seems Alex Conlon was representing the victim, or going against Epstein. Southern District of New York. Yeah, no, assistant U.S. attorney. I don't know. Don't have to give me a call. Person's Alex. I don't know. I don't know what to make of this. I don't know what side she's rocking here. Oh, very fucked up. Hey, Falconator. Good to see you, buddy. Covering some pretty dark stuff right now, home dog. We're covering some pretty serious things right now. Make sure to smash that like button. Redacted. Okay, hope you had a good flight back. I'm going to calls to blank in case you're looking for the email. Thanks. Blank. After a lot of back and forth, we've gotten best contact number for blank. Was one of those list. Blank. So she's not currently represented, though, of course, she wants to have counsel. As with everyone else, she can obtain attorneys. Or we can also assist in getting her appointed counsel. Similarly, we can jump with the call to explain the basics too if it's helpful. Also happy to just have you guys make initial contact. This is more just about contacting the victim. It seems a specific victim. Let's jump down a little further. Feds are asking Jeffrey Epstein's victims about sex trafficking crimes. Why no mention of our office. Daily Beast. So I can't be reached. Public Affairs. What? This is weird. This is really weird. I don't know what this is about. Strange. Let's go a little farther. I agree on both points. Do we initially ask FBI for the entire Century file? I think we want to do that to be safe. Attached, I think we need to ask blank what Lieutenant Blank reviewed to get this information. Also, don't think seen this 302 before. I thought we had asked FBI for all 302s, but I could be misremembering. Either way, I think we should do so again. When looking through the case files, there was blank where blank documented the phone number, at least called me by Epstein. In case you know if you need anything else. FBI. Special agent. Wow, special agent. Someone's big and important. It'd be funny if I could just pull it, right? And it just showed me the letters. If only. It's definitely not that easy to get redacted information, sadly. See below from Blake Attorney. It's fair to say that at this time the government is not interested in further interviewing him on the Epstein matter. From Javier A. Solano. Unredacted name. Spanish attorney. Oh, what is this? Grievance complaint. Committee for the second. Regarding attorney Javier Solano, State Bar. We write to complain about the professional misconduct of attorney and prosecuting people versus Lonnie Jones. And Jones, the appeal division took the highly unusual step of reversing murder conviction on the basis of Solano's misconduct. The court found that Solano failed to correct false trial testimony by the only eyewitness who testified for the prosecution trial. The eyewitness falsely testified that she had identified Jones' nephew in a lineup, even though the nephew was never in the lineup. For our highly unusual step, the appealing prosecutors did not oppose reversal on the conviction, demonstrating just how indefensible Solano's misconduct was. Solano committed further misconduct in Jones when he vouched for the credibility of an eyewitness. The only prosecutor eyewitness who Solano knew had just lied in her testimony. Very interesting. After vacating the conviction, prosecutors retried Jones for the alleged murder of the jury. The second trial acquitted Jones, yet by that time Jones had spent nearly 6 years in jail, is what I'm assuming that's going to say. Or prison. Very strange, yeah, including the time during which he was wrongfully convicted by Solano. So, wow, Solano, wrongfully convicting people, huh, buddy? And you're involved in this case? Okay. Going to visit Blank today. Please let me know if the government is still interested in viewing him regarding the Epstein laws. Office of Javier A. Solano. There is an ICE detainer. Law office is great. Let me know as soon as you find out. I'll check the agents now. Do you happen to know if it still has an immigration hold? He believes that his hold is listed. If it's not lifted, there's no reason to even consider a bail application. Huh? Great. Let's do 2 p.m. on Tuesday, September 3rd. We'll have Blank brought to our office to press entertainment for Slumberlegal.com. No worries. Can you do next week or Tuesday? Jury went overnight again, so unfortunately I won't be able to do it tomorrow. We'll have to reschedule the proffer. Sincere apologies. We summed up on Monday. Expecting a verdict yesterday, but the jury is still deliberating. Hope and expect to get a verdict today, but I will let you know for sure at the end of the day. Feels like this is something redacted. Expect why? It's like there's supposed to be some more words after this has been whited out instead of blacked. Maybe I'm wrong. We confirmed a refresher session on Wednesday, August 28th. Can we do proper session at our office, 1 St. Andrew Plaza. Okay. So I'll prove that people are real monsters, yeah. Want to chat? Currently, we are talking about political stuff, so not right now, Falconator. I don't think it would be a good time to hop on call, but maybe later we can. Right now, this is a lot of interesting stuff. Chiefs, please see attached. Edits. Withhold the. OCB asked us to withhold this letter in our prior letters from Disclosure 2. We plan to send this to COB. Thanks, COB. Interesting. Let's go a little lower. Kristen Everdell to Nathan and Chambers. Subject: U.S. vs. Ghislaine Maxwell. Response to government's letters. Accuser 3's evidence. Dear Chambers, attached please find Mrs. Maxwell's response. The response to government's letters dated November 5th, 2021 and November 7th, 2021 regarding accuser 3's evidence. Pursuant to the WIRE established protocol, we are submitting the letter to the court under temporary seal to allow the government to propose any redactions it deems necessary. Do we get her letter? Prohibited. So everything in this letter was prohibited. So yeah, we don't even get to see this letter from Ghislaine Maxwell to the government. Interesting. Very strange. Very strange. Very weird, chat. Weird. Here by birth certificate, motion, and red line. Thanks. Okay. Jason E. Foy. Okay. Another name. Let's pop this one in the Google search. Committed professional rigorous representation of those accused of crimes in the state of federalism. Both. Okay, so this guy was most likely protecting Epstein. Criminal law, criminal law, defense. Yeah, defense attorney. Okay. So this guy's most likely bad. Good afternoon. At 12:22, my partner James. Okay, hold on. Search. Federal charges. Call me 24/7. Aggressive criminal defense attorney specializes in federal charges. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Another scummy criminal defense person. I interpret the email as a threat against blank's safety. I am requesting the government use its resources to thoroughly investigate the perceived threat and let us know whether it is credible. Maxwell, maybe? I believe the email went to my partner because when people email us to the link to the website, it goes to my partner and not me. Please give us a call to discuss further deal. Thank you. And then go ahead and let your client blank know this isn't over. From Vegas Army Vet. Look this up. God, this is going to give us anything. If it's the same Vegas Army vet, it's the guy who killed himself in the Tesla. But I don't know if it is. Go ahead and tell your client this isn't over. You know, just saying, suicide in the Tesla? That's strange. If this is the same guy, that's strange. Speculative, though. To James, did I look at his names? Yeah, James Bjolswitz. Subject blank. Go ahead and tell your client blank no, this isn't over. Scroll emoji. Good afternoon. Okay, this is the same one. I already clicked this one. What about the one above it? Hortons. Hi. Do you have a clean copy of the original email you received from Jason Foy? I don't want to put the whole email chain I received in the case file. Name didn't come up. The division pulled the attachment files. Found it blank. No criminal history. Materials attached. It's probably a good idea. Thanks. I assume the blank isn't the real name. Hasn't come up anywhere else in the case to our knowledge. I'll run some additional checks tomorrow at the office. Do you have an NDO on this? Assuming yes, non-disclosure agreement. I'll send this over to court. Playing able to come here to assist. Thank you very much. Wrote, could you please forward this to the AUSA? Signed in the case. Please generate a subpoena to Google for subscriber information to the account. Please, thank you. Can one of you take a look? The victim is one of Epstein. The victim is one of the Epstein guards. Thanks. Received the below threat, and her attorney has asked the FBI conduct a threat assessment. Her plea to the DP is tomorrow. I know that blank is on leave. I asked case term, reach out to the department, although I'm not sure he's available. Would it be possible to assign someone to do a threat assessment if blank cannot do it? Happy discuss. Okay. Good afternoon. The partner James received an email below. Terms of the email against threat against safety. I'm requesting the government to resources thoroughly. Go ahead, tell your client no, this isn't over. It's the same email. This seems to be against one of the guards. One of the Epstein guards. Very strange. Stands on the shared. Okay, nothing important here. Let's go on to the next page. And it's at the top one. From blank to blank blank. From blank to blank blank. Summary has been copied. Blank blank. Redacted. Fusion GPS sought to link Trump to convicted pedophile Epstein. The Washington Times reports that in addition to the Russian dossier, Fusion GPS pitched other stories about President Trump to Washington reporters, including an attempt to tie him to a convicted pedophile who was once buddies with former President Bill Clinton. The Times cites journalist sources who said the firm's founder, Glenn Simpson, pushed the idea of a close relationship between Trump and Mr. Epstein. Who is this? Glenn Simpson. Let's give this guy a search. Former journalist. Worked for the Wall Street until 2009. Co-founded the Washington-based business. Co-founded Washington-based research business Fusion GPS. He also a senior fellow at the International Assessment. Is he dead or is he alive? Born. Yeah, he's age 61, 62, so he's not dead yet. Cool. Where his neck was broken in a car crash. Interesting. Trump opposition research. Since it was retained by a conservative newspaper, the Washington Free Beacon, to collect information of the many Republican president candidates, including Donald Trump. The Clinton campaign law firm retained Citizens Company from April 2016. Free Beacon, Clinton campaign were independent legal clients of Fusion GPS. Okay. Hired former IMI 6 agent to obtain information on Trump's his old contacts and farmed out other research to native Russian speakers who made phone calls on his behalf. From deceased, and Simpson reportedly spent his own money in fun. Wow, he spent his own money to find out. Very cool. During congressional inquiries into Russian interference in the 2016 United States election, Simpson testified before the House that a significant figure in the Russian campaign had ties to each other. Simpson was questioned 10 hours, closed for meeting, community release transcripts of the hearing. Simpson did not reveal the identity of his clients. Interesting. Okay. Pushes the idea of a close relationship between Trump and Epstein, who pleaded guilty in 2008 to soliciting sex from underage girls. Fusion also pushed the story that a special email server existed between Trump Tower and Moscow's Alpha Bank. The journalist source said, redacted. Redacted. Damn. Whole bunch of redacted. Blank, date of birth, blank, was interviewed pursuant to a preferred agreement via video conference. Present for the interview was blank attorney blank, along with assistant United States attorney blank, and detective blank. Being advised to the identity of the above listed individuals, nature of the interview provided the following gigolo-related information. Is asked for the prior testimony. She states that she has never testified in court. She's been given civil disposition related to the Epstein case. There was 3 lawyers there. One of them was blank, supposed of a blank, witness blank. Told the truth in the deposition blank. This was never deposed otherwise. Blank has never given a grand jury testimony. Blank has never given testimonies. Blank has not testified in family court. Blank is previously married and divorced. She went through a divorce proceeding. Nothing from that divorce proceeding would indicate that she's a liar. Nothing from that divorce proceeding would indicate. Blank states the paperwork as her husband never showed the court. The judge granted divorce. Blank has never been sued or has sued. Hank has never been a witness in the case. Blank has never been arrested. Blank has never been charged with a crime. Blank is then asked about her drug use. She states that the ex-husband gave her white powder on the occasion that she thinks may have been cocaine. She never used crack, heroin, meth, LSD, mushrooms, ecstasy, prescription drugs without prescription, Xanax, Percocet, Vicodin. Has never been abused on and any other has never abused them. Has taken Oxycontin with a prescription. Has never had issues with alcohol abuse. Has never sold or given drugs to someone else. First used marijuana when she was about 17, 18. It was offered to her by a man she was dating in Italy. Last time she used it was around 2017. Someone offered to her as a party. She's never used it regularly, only used it twice. Blank has never shoplifted. Blank has never used someone else's credit card. Blank has never been involved in a fraud scheme. Blank has never involved in burglary. Blank has never cheated on her taxes. Blank has never fake ID law enforcement. She's never applied for public benefits. She has been a victim. She has never been a victim or a perpetrator in a fight. She possibly fought with her sister. Has never been involved in domestic violence. Has never been an issue with the Child Protective Services. Has never been possessed child. Jesus. Blank has never been involved in prostitution. Blank has never been involved in a gang. Blank has never illegally possessed a gun. Blank has never been diagnosed with any mental illness. Blank, blah, blah, okay, medications, treated substance abuse. Does not believe that she has anything embarrassing about her on the internet. She is shut down on Facebook. She has Instagram, but under a pseudonym. Blank discussed previously. This is the man who introduced her to Epstein. She thinks that Epstein. Discussed previously. What? Why is the name of the person who introduced her to Epstein redacted? This is what I'm talking about. What the fuck? Why is the name of someone who introduced her to Epstein, a literal sex trafficker, most likely, why is this person's name redacted? They are not a victim in any way, shape, or form. This is fucking ridiculous. Why the fuck, in any shape or form, is the man who introduced her to Epstein, why is his name redacted? So I don't even have to doubt that it's Maxwell, so I don't even have to worry that it's Maxwell, because it's obviously a he, not a she, as it says him. Thank you for not redacting his gender, you fuckers. But why is his name redacted? Jesus Christ, Chad. Jesus fucking Christ. What the fucking fuck, bro? What the fuck, Chad? I need a dab. I need a dab, guys. This is fucking insane. This is some real fucked up shit right here, guys. This is so fucking gross. You know, still on a video to fucking to pull in some viewership before we continue with just direct files. What's the? I got a good tip of something to check out while I'm streaming about Trump today. Let's head on over and check that out. Jean Carroll versus Trump. This was a year ago. Shout out to Brave New Films. Shout out Brave New Films. Motherfucking big ups 1 year ago. Drop a like. Big ups. Check out his content. Brave New Films. No link in the description, sadly, but Brave New Films on YouTube.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give in this matter shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Ellen Burstyn as E. Jean Carroll, Oscar winner for Alice, doesn't live here anymore. Oscar nominated. Okay, Exorcist. Okay, so she's an actress. Catherine Hain as E. Jean Carroll. Credits included. Agatha along with Transparent. Pro-life.
I do.
Okay. So these are actors. Lexi Norell as Jean Carroll, claimed for her roles in The Little Fires Everywhere, The First Lady, and A Cruel Summer. Draft decisions of sexual assault. Yeah, okay. Trigger warning. Today?
I'm here because
Trigger warning, 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 trigger warning. If any of this kind of stuff you really can't handle, obviously beginning of the video, trigger warning. But just trigger warning, this is gonna be more intense than
he lied and shattered my reputation.
Okay. So keep in mind, chat, all of these women, these three women are actors, and they are all portraying the truth of E. Jean Carroll. So let's go ahead and let this play. While this plays, I'm gonna go ahead and take a dab.
Why are you here today?
I need one.
I'm here because Donald Trump raped me.
He lied and shattered my reputation, and I
am here to try to get my life back.
Gina Taylor as attorney Roberta Calpin.
I'm going to walk you through the evidence that you heard in this case. My job and your job is straightforward. Stick to the facts, to the evidence, and to the law.
How old are you?
79.
79.
79.
How frequently?
I think I recognize the middle one.
Bergdorf Goodman.
I would tend to go to Bergdorf's once or twice a year for the sale. He came through the door and he said, "Hey, you're that advice lady." I said, "Hey, you're that real estate tycoon." He said, "I need to buy a gift. Come help me. Come help me. Come advise me."
Did you agree?
I was delighted.
Why?
Well, it was such a funny New York scene. I'm a born advice columnist. I love to give advice, and here was Donald Trump asking me for advice about buying a present.
What did you do?
I said, okay. Donald Trump was being very light, and it was very joshy and pleasant and very funny. The door was opened. That door has plagued me for years because I walked into it.
Jesus Christ.
That open door has plagued me for years because I just walked into it.
Jesus Christ.
Just walked in.
What happened once you entered?
Let's take a moment. I don't want to get copyright striked. So, from what I know about this, some of the things Trump said in response, let's pull open. Trump's response to Queen.
She said that I did something to her that never took place. There was no anything. I know nothing about this nut job. She's accusing me of rape. A woman that I have no idea who she is. It came out of the blue. She's accusing me of rape, of raping her. The worst thing you can do, the worst charge. And you know it's not true too. You're a political operative also. You're a disgrace. But she's accusing me, and so are you, of rape, and it never took place. I made that statement, and I said, well, it's politically incorrect. She's not my type, and that's 100% true. She's not my type. Ridiculous situation.
Ridiculous. This was his defense.
She's a liar, and she's a sick person. In my opinion, really sick. Something wrong with her. She said
I saw a different video that said some extra stuff. But now I feel a little more certain that that video was AI. Made to look like this
National
one.
University. That's when he pursued his bachelor's degree. Thanks to NU's 4-week courses.
The deposition of former President Trump. The former photo of...
Yes, I do.
Donald Trump shown...
You say Marla's in this photo?
That's Marla, yeah. That's my wife.
Which woman are you pointing to? No.
She looks.
Between she's accusing me of rape. Politically incorrect. She's not my type, and that's
tape.
Let you do it. Historically, largely true. Not always, but largely true. The last million years, I guess.
It's true with stars that they can...
Trump has dismissed that as locker room talk, but in his deposition, he went further.
Well, historically, that's true with stars.
It's true with stars that they can grab women by the...
Well, that's if you look over the last million years, I guess that's been largely true. Not always, but largely true.
Wow. Wow. The way he says that he's a slimy fuck. Yeah. That comment's insane. That comment is insane. He literally just said for the last 1,000 years, celebrities can just grab women by the pussy. That's fine. It's normal. They can get away with it. It's okay. Largely, at least, most of them get away with it. Maybe every now and then a guy gets taken down for grabbing a woman by the pussy and being a gross rapist. But not me. I'm Trump. I'm the big bad wolf. You can't take me down, bruh.
Unfortunately or fortunately.
Unfortunate or fortunately. Excuse me? Excuse me?
And you consider yourself to be a star?
I think you can say that, yeah.
This is all the jury is going to hear from Trump.
Yeah, so I did see a video before. I'll show it.
She said that
I'll show it, but something about this video.
did something.
Just something about this video
To her that
kind of came through weird.
never took place. There was no anything. I know nothing about this nut job. She's accusing me of rape. A woman that I have no idea who she is. It came out of the blue. She's accusing me of rape.
Is this the wrong
of
video?
Raping her. The worst thing you can do of rape, and it's incorrect. She's not my type. Not my type. Situation that we're doing right. It's that we're doing right. It's opinion. Really sick.
Hold on, chat. This is the wrong one.
Very
This is the
sexy
one
to
I
be
saw.
raped.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, as you can see in this video, this is the one I saw before.
Very sexy to be raped. Didn't you say that?
So, sir, I just want to confirm. It's your testimony that E. Jean Carroll said that she loved being sexually assaulted by you?
Well, based on her interview with Anderson Cooper, well, sort of that's what she said I did to her. She fainted with great emotion. She actually indicated that she loved it. Okay? She loved it.
Yeah. Just something about the way I saw this video didn't sit well with me. I'm almost 90% sure that's AI. I don't think he actually said that in his interview. But regardless of what he might not have said in that video, maybe potentially being AI, what he did say...
Raping her.
Pattern of behavior.
That they can grab women.
A position he
But
went
what he
further.
did say...
Well, historically, that's true with stars.
It's true with stars that they can grab women by the.
Well, that's what it's. If you look over the last million years, I guess that's been largely true. Not always, but largely.
Followed by...
Yeah. Unfortunately or fortunately.
Unfortunately or fortunately. Fortunately, excuse me? It was unfortunately. End of story. Cut, dry, full stop. But no, he fucking went unfortunately or fortunately. Real interesting. Continuing.
The dressing room.
He immediately shut the door and shoved me up against the wall and shoved me so hard my head banged.
Pretty sure I recognize her from something. Not the point.
I didn't want to make a scene. I know that sounds strange. I didn't want to make him angry at me. I didn't want to stop what started out as something light and fun and comedic. I remember him he was very large.
Jesus Christ.
And his whole weight came up against my chest and held me up there, and he leaned down and pulled
Once
down
again, shout out Brave New Films. Check them out for the full, uncut, uncommentated documentary. Seems he put a lot of work into this.
Tights.
At any point during this encounter, did you scream?
I'm not a screamer. He had pulled down my tights and his fingers went into my vagina, which was extremely painful. Extremely painful. It was a horrible feeling because he curved. He put his hand inside of me and he curved his finger.
Jesus. Fuck. How did I not even know about this case, which took place before we even elected him? I only found out about this recently.
As I'm sitting here today, I can still feel it.
Jesus, Christmas crackers.
Then what happened?
Fuck.
Then he inserted his penis. I could certainly feel that pain.
Sitting here today, how do you feel about your decision to go into that dressing room?
It was very stupid. It left me unable to ever have a romantic life again. I had to tell Lisa. After she heard he had pulled down my tights, she asked me, did he insert his penis? I said, yes. And then Lisa said the words. She said, he raped you. He raped you, Eugene. You should go to the police.
Did you go to the police?
No.
Of course.
Why not?
No. Not many victims can just go to the police and tell them what happened, who did what to them, and how violated they now feel. Fuck, chat. Fuck.
Because I was ashamed. I thought it was my fault.
Why did you think it was your fault, Miss Carroll?
These actresses are
Because
amazing.
I was flirting with
Bravo.
him and laughing. It was high comedy. It was turned into the...
That's where I know her from? Oh my god, she's the chick from Step Brothers, the horny girl who technically rapes the black-headed stepbrother. This is weird. She's playing a character. She's not playing a character. Run the back. She's acting the role after playing a character in a movie that, by all technicalities, raped someone? That's a little interesting. I mean, maybe you might think it's debatable that she raped the stepbrother, one of the stepbrothers in the movie, but I mean, puts her hand in his mouth and says, "Shut up." As he goes, "What are you doing? What are you doing?" I don't understand. I that's really weird. Obviously, I mean, like this is now. I feel like has a whole layer of strangeness to this. Obviously, nothing against the story. It's very sad, very real, but a choice of actresses to be in this. Interesting. Moving forward.
What did you do the next day?
I went to work.
You didn't skip work.
No.
Very interesting chat.
Why not?
I'm a person who always looks on the bright side, and I tried to find something that would help me get over this horrible thing.
Who, if anyone at work, did you tell what happened?
Carol Martin was an anchor woman at ABC in New York. I took her through step by step what happened.
Carol Martin. Hold on. Come on. I know I clicked the search bar. I think she said news host. Carol Martin, American journalist. Yeah, I assume this is her. Carol Martin, daughter of Idessa Daniel Martin, father auto worker, General Motors Corporation, Detroit, graduate Wayne State, accepted position. Okay. Worked on Dateline NBC. Oh, she worked on Dateline NBC. Yeah, she knows the darkest of darks. Yikes.
Carol is a very unjudgmental, open-hearted friend.
Seems like a good person. Yeah, she worked on Dateline NBC. She seems like a solid chick. Like, that shit's like, you see the darkest of dark on that show.
She gave me the exact... Her concern was very different than Lisa's. Carol's concern was, do not go to the police.
Did she explain that advice?
Oh, Carol said not to go to the police while someone else told her to.
Yeah, she said, keep it to yourself. He has 200 lawyers. He will bury you.
What did...
Oh, Carol, I just vouched for you, and you shoot me in the face like this? How could you? I vouch for you thinking you're the person stated previously, and you follow up with that, telling her to shut her mouth? He's got that many lawyers? Oh my God, you're a bad person.
What did you say?
I agreed with Carol.
Why did you stay silent for so long?
I was frightened of Donald Trump. I thought he would retaliate. I was ashamed. I thought it was my fault.
Sad.
Were you afraid of how others might react?
That's sad.
Women who are raped are looked at as soiled goods. People say, oh, you're so brave. You're so brave. But really they are thinking, I don't know, she should have been smarter. Or, I don't know, she should have screamed. Or...
Sad tragedy of how a lot of people victim blame. Very sad tragedy of the truth of how a lot of people victim blame.
Maybe that dress she was wearing. Maybe she flirted too much.
So evil. So evil to
What
even
about your
think
family?
things
Did
like
you tell
that.
them?
No, never.
Why wouldn't you tell your family?
We didn't talk. My family is very upbeat. We are all for having a great time. We do not discuss anything that would cause my parents or my sisters and brothers to feel badly.
Jesus. That's a very dark family.
I'm sorry to ask this so directly, but have you had sex since Donald Trump assaulted you?
No.
Could your age have been a reason why you never had sex again?
I don't think so. You know, I feel young. I'm a young 79. I think it's because
A young 79.
flirting
Feisty.
ended up as the worst decision of my life.
The worst decision of your life? What is that a reference to?
Going into that dressing room.
How do you feel about not having been in a relationship since the mid-90s?
I feel I've lost out. I'm sorry. I'm a happy person, basically, but I'm aware that I've lost out on one of the
core parts of human life, and finding intimacy, loving someone, sharing moments and time with them, all stripped from her because of the decisions of one man, one evil, not man, monster, despicable, vile human monster, not human. I keep using the wrong words, chat.
Experiences of any human being. Being in love with somebody, making dinner with them, walking the dog together. I don't have
Vile.
that. I'm
Vile,
just
vile.
cuddling on the sofa, watching TV and eating popcorn. I'm aware of how much I've lost.
How often, if at all, do you think about the assault that night at Bergdorf's?
Just recently, I pulled over to the side of the road on my way home because, well, it was late and I thought I would rest my eyes and just take a quick nap. I closed my eyes. I must have fallen asleep because when I woke up, I felt Donald Trump again on top of me. His huge, I thought for a minute I was going to die because I couldn't breathe. Normally, I would be cooking pasta or just going about my normal day, and in would slide just a picture of him going like this into the dressing room or hitting my head.
With whom, if anyone, do you discuss these visions when they occur?
Nobody.
Why not?
Well, I don't want to ruin somebody else's day.
Why didn't you speak publicly about the assault when he first started running for election?
My mother was dying in Indiana. I was at her side with my brothers and sisters.
Jesus.
What is your opinion?
Christ! It just gets darker and darker. I think after this, we're gonna call this conversation. And we're gonna move on to Baldur's Gate instead. Not gonna lie, this is depressing me a lot more than I thought it would. But holy fucking shit, we're fucked. Our world is fucked.
Of Donald Trump today.
Christ, chat.
He is vile.
And when you're starved, you can do anything. I just start kissing them. It's like a magnet. Grab them by the pussy.
How, if at all, did the fact that Donald Trump was president affect your decision to include him in this book?
Well, it was the very fact that he was president that made me really pause over doing it. I just said, Eugene, don't be chicken.
Do you recall how Donald Trump responded after the excerpt was published online?
Yes.
I don't know her. I never met her. I have no idea who she is.
I have absolutely no idea who she is. This woman is a disgrace, totally false. It was fake. She's a fake. It's a made-up, fabricated story. She is not my type.
And what do you understand that to mean, Miss Carroll, that you're not his type?
I'm too ugly to attack. Too ugly to rape. People have gone through much worse than being reviled by President Trump. I understand that. But boy, it hit me. And it laid me low.
Jesus Christ.
Have you received positive support since Mr. Trump made those statements?
Yes. Loving, heart-swelling letters coming from people all over the country. You know, it bore me up. But here's the thing. The vileness and the dirt and the I being what they think I did and why nobody in the world would touch me because of my enormous ugliness. It sort of swamped the heartfelt letters that I was receiving on the other hand. It is very hard to get up in the morning and face the fact that you're receiving these messages. You are just too ugly to go on living. Normally, a story about a man in the Times would not have affected me, but the reaction to the bombshell in the Times from women around the country was startling. It was like a wave broke. I thought, okay, 76 years of being silent. I'm done with being silent.
Sitting here today, are you happy?
Yeah, and that probably made a big difference, realistically
Mr. Trump
speaking.
did to you, or do you regret it?
I have regretted this about 100 times, but in the end, being able to get my day in court finally is everything to me.
Dude.
Have you enjoyed the attention you have received from this case?
Getting attention for being raped is not, it's hard. Getting attention for making a great 3-bean salad, that would be good.
Do you ever regret bringing this lawsuit?
About 5 times a day.
Why?
I thought I would just take a peek at my Twitter, and there it was again, the onslaught of liar,
Jesus,
slut,
chat.
ugly, old. But I couldn't have been more proud to be here.
Let's see what E. Jean Carroll really looks like. The woman he called ugly, fat. The woman who actually faced these. She's old. Yeah, she's 79, but what she used to look like. Look at, bro. Come on. Really? You're going to call that woman ugly? Really? Wow. That's crazy. You cannot be serious. You cannot be serious. Also, saying you don't know the woman and then literally being in a picture with her, kind of crazy. Vile. Vile.
We will hear closing argument on behalf of the plaintiff. Ms. Carroll is represented by Roberta Kaplan.
In the spring of 1996, Donald Trump sexually...
We're talking... He becomes president 2016. So 20 years. We're talking about 20 years from what she currently looks like.
Like many women in her situation, Miss Carroll tried to suppress what had happened to her. Donald Trump's response was both brutal and immediate. Miss Carroll must have been lying, because she was too ugly or too unattractive for him to sexually assault.
Yeah, that was literally his defense. His defense was literally, I couldn't have sexually assaulted her. She's too ugly. I only rape pretty women. Don't take that out of context. Jesus Christ. Trump said that. Not me. Oh God, please don't clip that, chat. Pause.
How to measure that.
Rewind. Delete. Scrub from the internet.
Is the reputational harm that Miss Carroll suffered. The very heart of her success was her reputation for honesty.
This video is definitely not going to get monetized.
While Miss Carroll built that career over 5 decades, Donald Trump shattered it in less than 24 hours. His June 21 and June 22 statements alone reached at least 100 million and probably many more than 100 million people.
Sad
the
truth.
Damage he caused was significant.
Too late.
So the cost of repairing that damage is significant too. The second category is where you need to decide how much to award Miss Carroll for the pain and suffering that she has been experiencing. Imagine.
Money. And it's so sad that all she can get is money. She can't even get real justice of having him face.
Knowing that all these people out there
Justice. Face
you.
fucking
They all
repercussions
want you
for
to
his
be
actions.
Raped or killed, wondering if they live across the street or right down the street, always worried that one day someone would act on these threats. The hope is to punish a defendant who has acted maliciously to stop him and others like him from acting in a similar manner in the future.
Why can't, instead of punitive damage, he go to jail? He go to prison, get raped by prisoners. If he allegedly goes to jail. Uh-oh. I might have said something I get in trouble.
Trump walked out of this courtroom and then out of the courthouse to hold a
Rapists
while
in
you
prison
were
get
sitting
raped.
in this jury
And
box.
if he was convicted of being a
told
rapist, he would go to
even
prison.
more
And
lies about
then,
Miss Carroll.
if he was convicted
This
of
is a
being a
person I
rapist
have no
and not the
idea
president.
until this happened, obviously. I have no idea who she was, and nor could I care less. It's a rigged deal. It's a made-up, fabricated story.
The one thing that Donald Trump cares about
Is his image.
is money. While Donald Trump may not care
that
about
too.
the law, while he certainly doesn't care about the truth, he does care about money. I know that you will do the right thing and stand up not only for E. Jean Carroll.
So
but
don't
for
forget
the
that he literally
prince-
said if Ivanka wasn't his daughter, he'd probably be dating her. Yeah, and all the weird pictures they take together. Yep.
that the rule
Yeah,
of
that's
law
also true.
applies to all of us, even the rich and powerful, even Donald Trump.
We're coming on the air with breaking news: a ruling in the federal defamation trial against former President
Order
Donald
to
Trump.
pay
The jury has ordered Trump to pay
$83.3 million.
E. Jean Carroll $83.3 million.
$83.3 million.
$65 million for punitive damages.
Added gut punch to Donald Trump.
Between both trials, Trump now owes a combined $88.3 million.
I was jumping up and down.
The women grabbed back, and E. Jean Carroll grabbed them by the pocket.
What a shallow victory, sadly, still yet. What a shallow victory. Well, chat, we're going to go ahead and wrap up here for tonight on this subject. We're going to return in a couple minutes at 10 o'clock with some Baldur's Gate 3. We're going to do a countdown timer, of course, before we start that. But hey, if you're watching this post-fact, if you're watching this, live now and you want to do some digging for yourself, what you can do is in the description of the video, scroll on down to the description. At the very top of the description, you can click on the DOJ to where you can find parts 1 through 12 of the DOJ Epstein Transparency Acts, or you can see all the different acts that have been published so far. You can see all the files for yourself, so you can go through them yourself. If you're one of the people who needs to see things yourselves, don't be discouraged by how many files there are. A lot of them you will find very interesting information on. Especially the beginning of Act 9. The first set of 10 files are all about prison conduct and what was done wrong in the prison where Epstein was staying, where he allegedly killed himself. So you can find all of that information down below in the link, in the description. Not in the link, down below in the description. You can find the link. It says find files here, the DOJ files website. You can click on that and you can find Acts 1 through 12. Acts 9 through 12 are the most recent ones. They were published as of just last Friday. We will be doing another stream on this, probably tomorrow, continuing. We looked through Act 9 today. We'll probably look through Act 10, 11, and 12, continuing days. We're going to keep looking through the files and stuff. We found some very interesting stuff today, some very strange stuff. Audrey Strauss, fuck you, piece of shit, garbage. Javier, I don't remember his last name. He's an attorney. Javier, fuck you, homie. Look back in the stream. You can find his information and what he fucking did grossly. But yeah, all of you scumbags that appear on the Epstein files, fuck you. You gross pieces of shit. You are absolute evil, and I hope all of you face the justice you deserve. That's all I can sadly say, because if I say anything more extreme than that, I'll be put on a watch list. So, fuck you, scumbags. I hope everyone watching at home has found today's video informational. I doubt many people will have enjoyed today's Epstein stream, because I don't think there's much enjoyment that can be gotten from this. I planned on doing this entirely tonight, all the way till 1 o'clock, but it seems that politics are not what a lot of people want to hear right now. Only pulled around 109 views with only about 8 people consistently watching. And I need to pull better watch time than that. So we're going to switch over to Baldur's Gate 3. And we're going to play some Baldur's Gate 3. Do a little bit of palette cleanser, play that for the rest of the night, because this shit's just really dark and really sad. So yeah, if you haven't already, please smash the like button. If you found today's video informational. If you're watching on YouTube Shorts, double tap your screen. If you're watching on the regular stream, scroll on down and click that thumbs up button. Make sure to also smash that subscribe button, become an orphan of the Orphan Network today, help to show some support. Also join today as a channel member for as low as $1 a month. That donation means more to us here on the channel than you can ever imagine. If at least 1,000 people join, only donating $1 a month, that $1,000 a month will really help to change my life. We're struggling a lot here in the Orphan Network. Money's not great, so it's very important, and it helps more than you could ever imagine. Once again, I have been the Orphan of the Orphan Network, signing off to all of you beautiful people at home. I will see all of you later, and remember, no matter how dark things get, stick to that ray of hope, stick to that ray of sunshine, and hopefully one day things will get better. Maybe these people will face justice, but we will only know in the coming days. Once again, I've been your host, the Orphan of the Orphan Network, signing off, and I will see you guys in a little bit for some Baldur's Gate 3. If you're excited for that, hop over to the channel link, click on the Baldur's Gate 3 streams. They're already set up, ready to go. The countdown timer will be beginning in 1 minute. Once again, I'll see you guys there. Peace out.